Okay, so at this point, I've continued to do the corner to corner crochet stitch until when I check with my little tape measure, the edge is 27 inches across. And this is the shorter measurement in my blanket design. So what I'm going to do at this point is we're gonna call, just for ease, I'm gonna pretend that this is my bottom of my blanket. So I'm going to, right where I just finished, and mark that this is the very edge. So this is going to be as far as it goes in this direction. The other direction we want to make taller than 27 inches. We want to make it a rectangle. So what I'm going to show you is how to keep this length as stuck here, excuse me, while continuing to grow up the other edge. If you are making a square blanket instead, it will be a little bit different. So feel free to, or I'll kind of point out the difference as we get there. So at this point, I've just finished my row. And what we would normally do is we would normally chain our 6, right? Create another little square and then crochet all the way along. But if I do that, that's going to make this continue to grow horizontally, and I want to stop right here. So instead, what I do is I'm going to do a shrinking maneuver. Okay, so normally at this point I chain 6 if I want to grow. And here's what I'm going to do in order to shrink it. Sorry, just getting the camera in the right position. So instead of growing, I want to start shrinking. So I'm going to not work on this guy, and I'm going to instead jump ahead here. So all I'm going to do is I want to slip stitch across to kind of skip that first square that we would normally be doing. So I'm kind of just slip stitching here along the way. Okay, now at this point, I want to start doing my normal stitch of chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets like normal, all in that same spot. 2, 3. Okay, then we're going to continue on, right? So slip stitch, chain 3, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets. Okay, continuing on, we're going to just keep doing that all the way. 2, 3. I'm just going to finish this guy here, and then I'm going to kind of walk you guys through visually what we've done. Okay. Okay. So what we've done here, if we kind of pay attention here to this edge, is we are starting to create a flat edge here because we're assuming that this blanket edge here is not going to be growing any longer, right? So we're not going to continue growing along the diagonals to make it bigger. So this is a reminder that this is as far as this edge is going to go. So we have to make sure that we continue to every time just stop here. And that way we start creating the edge horizontally. I'm also along the same edge, I'm just kind of going here, right? I'm going to mark this guy too, just to remind me that this is the bottom. Okay. So this edge is never going to get any bigger. But because we want to keep it a rectangle, we have to do something a little bit different on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do each of these cluster sort of stitches, each of these corner to corner stitches all the way along. And then I'm going to stop a couple before the edge, and I'll show you how to do this one a little differently.